Strengths and weaknesses. We all have them. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to notice our own weaknesses? We can spend our lives focusing on trying to improve what we are bad at. But what if we took a different approach? What if we really focused on what we're good at and looked at our God-given strengths instead? Yes, strengths and weaknesses. It reminds me of the story of the young rabbit who came home from his first day of school exclaiming, "I love school. We had running and jumping classes and I was the fastest animal in the forest." After the second day, the rabbit moaned, "I hate school. We swam all day and I was cold and almost drowned." After a seesaw month of loving and hating school, the big decision was finally made. The young rabbit would go to swimming classes full-time until his attitude improved. When we hear this story, we recognize the obvious mistake. But how many times do we live like this too? We struggle trying to fit our square peg into a round hole and wonder why life can be such a struggle. So many of us worry focused on the negatives and weaknesses, but the Bible tells us that we all have different gifts and talents, and we're called to use the gifts and talents that God has given us. God tells us to play to our strengths. Some people teach, some serve, some prophesy, while others lead. Life is simply easier when we play to our strengths. Imagine what your life would look like if you focused on your strengths instead of your weaknesses. The difficult truth is that many people never overcome their weaknesses, but could make significant improvements in their lives and the lives of others if they simply focused on what they were good at. The secret is you don't have to change who you are. Instead, you just become more of who you were meant to be. This means you spend time doing activities that strengthen you, activities that you look forward to, and when you're doing them, time flies and the whole process fulfills you. The rabbit in our story grew up hating school and struggled through life. If the school would have praised and nurtured this rabbit for his running, jumping, darting, and dashing skills, this little guy would have grown up to be the champion that he was meant to be. In the same way, God wants us to play to our strengths by encouraging us to use the unique skills and talents that He has blessed us with. So today, I encourage you to grab a pen and write down, how has God blessed me? What are my strengths? What do others like about me? What do I enjoy doing the most? And when do I feel most connected to God? When you answer these questions, you're taking a big, giant step toward becoming the best version of you, of who you were meant to be. You are so special, so loved, and so carefully created. Although the world will try to break you down and remind you of your weaknesses, God's opinion is what matters.